Hi, welcome back. It's Anne-Marie. I came outside today because it's such a beautiful day in the fall and decided to talk to you a little bit today, a little more about entrepreneurialism. It's a big word. It is a big word. It's also a big thing. It's something that I'm doing in my life, and I'm very, very happy that I have begun this process, and I want to share some things with you. One of the things that I do, you don't know about yet, but you will soon. I write stories, and today I wanted to share a story. If you are looking into entrepreneurial education or information, maybe you already sell a product, maybe you have a service that you want to advertise, you found some things on YouTube. Hopefully you found me that way. The story I'm going to share with you, because I find that that there are so many, oh, there's a bee. I find that there are so many younger people than myself. Don't mind telling you I'm 53. So many younger people than myself who are much more adept at the internet than I ever was. I wanted to share this story about my father, the person that I guess I inherited my entrepreneurial spirit from. My father was a wonderful, very intelligent man. He was very smart. Left in, let's see, in 1983, he left a 30-plus year career, a very good career, very solid career, to go out on his own. Now, at the time, I was a teenager, so what was going on inside of him, I have no idea. Parents, didn't share those things, and I didn't ask, because, you're a teenager. What do you don't ask these questions of your parents. But he went out on his own, and in 1983, he bought a Commodore 64. If you don't know what that is, Google it. There was no Windows back then. There was internet. I didn't know there was internet at that time. We were glad to have cable at that time. Woohoo, MTV, was the big thing. He bought a Commodore 64, and the only thing I can tell you that I remember about that, other than everything was entered in code, was, yay, it had Space Invaders, and can we get a joystick? So, a little bit of humor. I was not that involved with the advent of the home computer at that time. Not a lot of the people that I knew at that time had them. This came about later. So my father decided to go out on his own, and he understood already at that time the value of the home computer, and decided to learn. So what he had was a Commodore 64 and at least 2 books. I'm not sure if they came with the computer. But he made up his mind to figure out how it worked. This principle, it was taught to me. It held him through his life. I mean, it's how he learned how to do everything. My father could fix most anything. He was not a man who worked on cars for a living, yet he could fix them. These kinds of things. So if you're truly interested in something, you already know this in your life. If you're over the age of 20, if you're truly interested in something, you know how to find out what to do. Correct? So in about a year's time, he figured out how to write programs. I still don't do that. I don't know how to write a program. I've used Linux. I don't know how to write a program. But he taught himself how to write a program because he knew that in order to execute what he wanted to do, he had to know these skills. Okay. Fast forward about a year and a half, he's got a different computer. I don't know what it was. I offered to help him. His first business venture, I believe, was a drop ship kind of business. And he relied heavily on email. There were no programs like there are now to help you write successful emails, follow-up emails, sales funnels. There was none of that. There was none of that. You sent something by the U.S. Post Office and you drop shipped what they ordered. And at that time, I'll help Dad. And I sat down to do data entry for him. I love this story. I'm so glad you get to hear this. So I sat down to do the data entry, and I made an error. At that time, I couldn't type 130 words a minute. And I made an error, and he had written into the program what is essentially a pop-up, which we didn't have that vernacular at that time. But it popped up and said something to the effect of, no, that's not right, genius, or something to that. And I remember sitting at the computer going, huh? Really, Dad? and he's in the next room giggling because he heard it. It chimed, and then it said the thing, and I'm like, Dad, and he's laughing at me. And I remember being thoroughly impressed, even though I was, of course, the butt of the joke. It's fine by me. I remember being thoroughly impressed. Looking back, this success for him with this first business was not necessarily the drop ship aspect of the business. It was the fact that he learned how to write a program from a book and trial and error. He was willing to sit down, and he had the patience to sit down and figure it out. My dad didn't have a degree. He didn't go to college. He was raised in the Depression and World War II. He had a very good career in finance. Well, I shouldn't say finance, credit union. He was the first person to teach me anything at all to do with bookkeeping or management, anything like that. An incredibly smart man. So looking back, I was thoroughly impressed and very amused. He moved on from that business for whatever reason and decided to, pardon the bugs, I live in the woods, and he decided to move in a different direction with his business. He zeroed in on what he was an expert at, what his passion was, what he could teach, what he could utilize. And so not only did he help other people who engaged his services, he was also able to instruct, and he was able to make a good living. Not every thing that you read about entrepreneurs online is really on point. If you've ever tried to even manage anything, somebody else's business, you understand that there's going to be trial and error. You understand that there's going to be, I hate the word failure, but there's going to be the falling short, or however you want to put it. You will change direction. And that's what my dad did. And so as I begin my entrepreneurial career, doing several different things, I keep that in mind. There's imperfect action. There's never really perfect action. There's successful action. There's productive action. There's imperfect action, but there has to be action. I am a proud member, as you see on if you're on my YouTube page, you're a proud member of the Entre Nation, which is the Entre Institute. Entrepreneurial education is something that I have been executing for about 5 months now. I have learned leagues about things that I didn't know anything about online. And where I'm going with this, and it's going to tie in, my father, who decided to go out on his own, basically came back to and was successful at what he knew the most about, what he was an expert at. Now, what is an expert? Well, you don't have to be a guy with 62 degrees to be an expert. You can be a person who learned from life, learned from a job, learned from experience, learned from previous business. An expert is, well, it's a subjective term. Someone considers you more of an expert if you know more than they know. And certainly all of us are good at something, right? And there's a lot of things that I know a lot about. I don't have a degree. I attended broadcasting school and did not achieve a degree, although I absolutely adored broadcasting school. You don't have to have, in today's world, a degree is what it is. If it's required for you, it was for my daughter. My daughter is a teacher, but it's not required for what I do. What I know and what I'm good at and what I am able to offer, I have learned through training on jobs. I've learned through trial and error. I've learned through life experience. And I believe not only in the constant education of the mind, I believe in teaching what you know, which is what I'm doing here. I'm just super not comfortable making videos, but this is something I'm doing now. I'm getting into coaching. There's several things that I'm doing. If you've looked into maybe affiliate marketing to me is basically the 2020, or in the last 10 years, it's basically the online version of a customer referral. The business I currently work in full-time and manage, we understand that the customer referral is the best way to grow your business. It's the quickest way, but also the best way to grow your business. Word of mouth. How many of you have gotten online and given a review to a restaurant or a hotel or whatever? You get online, you give that review, people Google hotels in this area, or how to get a loan, or how to finance your home, or what houses are listed for sale. You get online and you Google or whatever your search engine is, and you select the information that you want from all of the stuff that's out there. It's very, very simple. Back when my dad was doing this, there was no platform. There was no type something in and get it. In fact, his first computer, we didn't even have internet when he got his first computer. It was basically word programs. So where we've come in the last 35 years, which is someone's basically their growing up time and their raising family time, it's half your life, 35 years. Leagues and leagues have been crossed with technology. Using the technology to your advantage, that's up to you. A lot of us are consumers of technology. We shop at Amazon, or we stay on social media, or we connect with family members. Consumerism. I have social media. Everybody has social media. Social media is a wonderful way to get your word out there if you're selling a service or a product. Whether you're full-time employed and looking to do something on the side, maybe you're a full-time mom raising kids, hats off to you. I did that for a short time before I was a single mom. I did that. So whatever your circumstance is, you're looking for a way to make a statement and maybe make a little money. Maybe you're looking for a voice, a way to teach what you know. Maybe you're looking for a community to belong to. Whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it online. What I recommend, if you are looking to produce, maybe you want to promote your business. Maybe you got into selling this product for that company or that product for that company. Maybe you're looking into affiliate marketing because you heard some people talking. Affiliate marketing is a wonderful way to get online and start a business. You want to know how to do it, there's a link below. Entre Institute teaches that, along with several other business models. There's an incredible amount of information in this company that I belong to. Web advertising, coaching, course instruction, whatever you think you want to get into, what's stopping you? The little thing inside that says, there's something more I want to contribute, there's something more I want to do. So do it. What's stopping you? If there was ever a year where, I hate to say all bets are off, but if there was ever a year where absolutely anything is possible, this is that year. Everything. I hate to say anything is possible, everything is possible. I've always believed that everything is possible. Tried, I hope I succeeded to teach this to my children. Everything is possible. The only thing that makes it impossible is you. Are you willing to execute, take some action? Are you willing to get educated? Are you willing to do the work? Nothing comes without work. You understand this if you're raising a family and managing a household. Don't downplay managing a household. Managing a household, especially if you have more than one child, is an extraordinary thing, especially if you are able to pull it off successfully. Anything that you try to manage, whether it's just your own life, your relationship with your higher power, mine is God, but whatever yours is. You have to manage your time, you have to manage your life, you have to manage your priorities. Okay? So what's your priority? Do you want to make a difference? Do you want to strike out on your own and say, this is the thing that I've wanted to do for so long. I have something to offer. I make this thing, or I offer this service, or I want to offer what I have. So how do you do that? There's a lot of things online you're going to find. Surf around if you want. The links below, I'm going to put several below when I'm done with this. One of them is going to be to Entre. I've never ever been a part of any group or company that offered this level of education, support, extras, extra video instruction, extra everything. specific information that you can apply, that you can execute, that you can implement to change your life. And not just your financial life. You're gonna learn so much. Personal skills, something that I kind of teach. Personal skills, interpersonal skills, social skills. I'm currently involved in improving my physical self. There's so many things that you're going to learn as you start out. So why would you not want to do that? You're ready for a change, or you wouldn't be looking? Correct? Yeah. So what do you want to change? What do you have to say? What do you have to offer? What do you want to give to the world? What do you want to leave behind? Because in all of us, there is a desire to leave some sort of legacy, something that means something that made a difference. Yeah, you want to sell your service or product and you want to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. Making money is a requirement. If you want to exist in the world, you need to make money. Keep in mind that you level up your ability to help others and make a footprint if you are making money. So why would you not want to do that? So what do you have to offer? What kind of life do you want to have? How do you want your schedule to look? Do you want to be at your own schedule, your own work hours, scheduling time for your physical in the morning, taking time to do healthy things for yourself, to do your work, and still have time for your family, your children, grandchildren? Your schedule or someone else's? There it is. Your schedule or someone else's. Your dreams or someone else's. Your bank account or someone else's. So what's stopping you? Fear is not an option, because fear is a myth. You feel anxiety, yes, and you feel trepidation, whatever. But absolute fear, that's saved for scary movies. Anxiety, trepidation, insecurity, those are the things. You don't have to have those. That's a bag you can set down and walk away from. Think about it. You can set that bag down and go, okay, I'm done with that. This is my time, and I want to do what I feel is best for me, what's in my heart, what's in my soul, what is crying to get out. My business. I want to make my own footprint. Write it down. Where do you want to be in a year? I hate that question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? How many times have you sat in a job interview and somebody said, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I'm smiling and I give a good answer, but in my mind I'm going, no idea. Now I do. No, I'm 53. I know where I want to be in 10 years, and I know what I want my life to look like in 10 years. Do you? Write it down. How are you going to get there? You can do this. You can do this. And everybody deserves the chance to try. And that's all I'm saying. Give yourself the opportunity to try. Give yourself permission to try. Okay? So the links below are informative. If you need me, message me. But my kind of accidental tagline has become, just start. I've always been the kind of person who jumped into the deep end off the diving board instead of wading in, with few exceptions. Now, wading in is great if you need to take your time and assimilate information. You'll learn how to swim either way. Okay. So, thanks for hanging out with me and listening. There's going to be more to come. I don't like the term self-help. I like proactive. So some of the things I'm going to be bringing may have to do with, there's my cat, entrepreneurial education, and some may have to do with good personal and physical things that can help, that I'm experiencing, I'm going to share. But right now, if you're at a place where you need to make a choice, make the choice. Regrets suck, don't they? Yeah. Don't have those. Okay, so Anne-Marie says, God bless you and take care, and I'll see you on the next one.